Banter.
Good bands.
Is your mum all talking to your mum? She told us that.
Oh yeah. No, I'm a funny lad. It takes me time to get into the swing of a change room though. I'm quiet at the start, so probably when I was with your lads at Spirit last year, I was a little bit quiet. But once I get used to the surroundings, I'm a funny lad.
Oh, okay. Back yourself.
Back myself. Got to back yourself for sure.
Absolute banter for Peter Kekeris. Right. Okay. What's been happening anyway? Week-wise, just outside of football, new job?
New job. So started that, which is exciting. I've been there 3 weeks now. Quite flexible, 4 days work from home, 1 day in the office.
Putting stickers on apples.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Have to get the job done. No, it's been class. It's good with footy as well. Gives me that work-life balance. I can get my sleep in, get my good food in, recovery in. So it's been class. Yeah, really loving it.
Is that you mentioned off air? In terms of nutrition, blah blah blah, did that make a big impact in your football? Do you think?
I think so. I think back to 2 years ago when not that I fell out of love with football, but I wasn't proper in love with it. I was eating shitty foods, not sleeping right, and it definitely affects your performance, especially as a wide player, explosive actions. You can definitely feel that. So I think sleep's number one. That's key. And then good food as well, getting the right supplements in is also key.
What supplements do you take?
I was on is it beta alanine?
Beta-alanine,
yeah, that was really good. During pre-season, that was helping me. And then right now I'm on no supplements at all. I'm just eating the right foods, trying to get my veg and fruit in, just trying to stay clean. I'm not eating fast food, only once a week after a game.
Yeah.
Just trying to stay clean.
It's mad that until I think that not doing things, not always is being really, really strict, but eating too much fast food and not sleeping enough, it has such a negative impact in your life.
Yeah, it does.
Just in general, but
you can feel it.
100%, but you don't, not that you don't realise, I suppose you don't really realise how different you can feel if you do things the right way.
Maybe nutrition to me is obviously, let's just talk about footballers, not general population, because it's different sort of niche, but football players, most of it, very few are unfit. If you're turning up to training, you're going to be fairly fit, probably fitter than 98% of the world, 99% of the world. But the nutrition and the sleep part, especially, sleep's massive because again, modern day. One of my Netflix episode, I was just a quick scroll on Instagram, or you see something bad news, your head goes, you're down a rabbit hole, or you come home late for, probably the worst one, coming home late for football. I need fucking on sailing patrol.
That is the worst.
I need to eat, but I need to shower, but I've got work in 6 hours, then you're working 4 hours, you don't know what to do, and then you're it's sort of that knock-on effect.
Yeah, it kills you, and then it ruins your week.
That just catching up the whole week, and then you've got on top of that, if you're knackered, you don't really, it sounds daft, but you can't be asked cooking, because I'm shafted, I want something quick, so you end up going to, realistically there's a lot of good takeaway places during the day, but see night time, all the healthy places aren't really open, so you're left to,
they're not.
A Macca's, or maybe you might get a Subway if you're lucky, but most places are closed, it's half healthy, and like you said mate, if you eat for me if I eat a Macca's, which everyone loves a wee Macca's now and then,
of course.
I feel like I need a shower. Honestly,
KFC's the worst.
I feel sweaty and I'm I feel minging.
When you eat KFC, you're this is it. This is, bro, it's proper. So and then 2 hours later, I'm I feel like shit, bro. And oily,
That's the thing. And then you go, how do you feel energy-wise? People can say, I can eat whatever and I feel alright. Bullshit, man. Even talking to Todorowski when he was here, he was having a laugh at it, but then he did say, I feel like shit. It's impossible. It's literally inflammation for your brain. Food. You can't just go, no, I'm immune to it.
You don't realise though when you go from eating shit to eating good food, and then you're 6 months later, you're oh my god, I feel so good. In the moment, sometimes you're oh no, I feel fine. You know what I mean?
Of course, and some people have never, what you said, have actually experienced. Is this what I'm supposed to feel like?
Yeah,
exactly. I'm just try it. Just try it for 28 days. Nobody's asking you to eat like a maniac, but just clean up a wee, clean things up. Take no alcohol, no fast food, get your fruit and veg, eat like an adult, basically. Eat like an adult.
Yeah, that's it.
Get your fruit and veg, get some meat in you, get some good carbohydrates in you, drink water.
I know, it's simple.
It's simple. Oh, that's it. People don't like simple.
No, they don't.
People I'm doing this such and such diet. It's the best, man. The diet I'm doing is just a normal diet, mate. You've just put a name on it.
No, for sure. No, you're right.
The trendy stuff, but the principles always remain the same.
Facts.
Fruit, veg, water, bit of protein, plenty of good carbs around exercise. Just do it week in, week out. And if you fancy eating out, eat out, but doing it every day, mate, just kills your mood, kills your sleep, kills your brain. Do you know, we talk about takeaways? I think I mentioned it to you. So we record this in Paddington, for anyone listening, at the moment anyway.
Indian?
There's an Indian next door.
I went that
Did you go?
weekend.
Did you get the wrap thing?
Unbelievable.
How good is that thing?
So good, man.
So if anyone likes Indian food,
Love it.
what's the name of it?
I can't remember.
I think I've seen it. Is it on TikTok? Is it there?
Nah.
It's literally
next door.
Next door. Way.
It's next door. Fucking.
Because there's one on TikTok that's like popular. It's like Indian takeaway. Like they do like tandoori wraps, butter chicken like wraps.
Well, this is might be that. It's called Indian Home Diner.
I think that's the one.
So
yeah,
text, is it?
I swear.
It's
Mate,
so good.
I was out a month ago. My mates went to that virtual darts thing, and just driving home with a few pints, and on the way back, one of the lads was like, "Oh, have you tried that Indian Home Diner?" And I'm like, "Oh, I love Indian food." They're like, "Nah, this isn't just normal. This is next level." I'm like, "What is it?" Like, just come and try it. I'm like, "How good is it?" And like, it's ridiculous, and it's only like $12. I'm like, right, okay, cool. So it was round the corner, and we jumped in, and I bet effectively it was like a naan bread. You choose your naan bread.
Yeah.
You choose your chicken weight, but the good thing about it is they don't slam hundreds of like curry sauce on it, but it's soggy and oily. It's like proper cooked chicken. The guy he makes it in about 20 seconds.
That's quick.
So he's got a big naan bread.
Yeah.
You can choose what Peshwari naan, normal naan, chops up the chicken or whatever curry sauce you want on it.
Yeah.
Then you get to choose between an onion bhaji or what's the other thing?
Potato something.
Something potato.
Oh, that's unreal.
Then you fire it on, then he just gets in the big blade, batters it so it's all chopped up.
Oh, that's
then he
class,
drizzles
that.
something, a tiny bit of sauce on it. Then he just sticks his spatula in it and wraps it so it's like almost like a tortilla.
Yeah.
An Indian curry tortilla.
In the naan as well.
In the naan, mate.
That is class.
And then it's like $12. It's amazing. Honestly, highly recommend Indian
I'm going
Home
this
Diner.
weekend then.
Mate,
No,
it's
you've ginned
next
me up.
level.
Do you know, that's what I did. He told me about it, and
Yeah.
then that weekend I phoned Emma and I said to her, what are we getting for dinner? And then I suggested this. She was like, I've heard about that. And then
I don't know about everyone's
You should do sales for him, bro. Honestly, you sold that wrong.
Mate, he sold it to me. I'm selling the next day.
I want to go now.
No, it was, well, I mean, we talk about fast food, right? I don't know if you remember like, must have been about 15, 20 years ago, they had that McDonald's Super Size Me. Remember the TV documentary? And the guy went to McDonald's and he had to ask, they'd say, do you want a super size? Because America had this, obviously it's America, they're like, oh, do you want super size?
Yeah.
I think Jason Romero was working takeaway at that point, and he was like, do you want super size? And the guy had to say yes. So it was for 30 days a trial.
Yeah.
And it was just, they measured his like cholesterol, blood levels, blah blah blah, all the way through the 30 days, and to see how damaging supersizing each meal would be. So I think for his breakfast, lunch and dinner, he had to have a McDonald's. So anyway, he done it. Basically, the doctor told him like, keep doing this, and I'm it's fucked.
Yeah.
So then a guy in Men's Health, about 2 years later, done like, sort of flipped it a little bit. He says, right, for breakfast, lunch and dinner, I have to have takeaway, but I have to ask them for the healthiest thing on their menu. This is at the point where all the restaurants were pushing like McDonald's, like, oh, we now serve grapes. Like, I mean, like, we now get McDonald's salad sort of thing. Yeah. But they were trying to say like, how good is your healthy stuff? So what I'll do is, I think you could go to McDonald's, KFC maybe, or an Indian takeaway. That was just 3 options, I think. So he'd go for Macca's breakfast, say, and then the KFC lunch and then dinner. So he went to Indian. He says Indian was always the best because you could get fresh chicken, you could get a naan bread, or he could get a chapati, or he could get or he could just have the chicken. Then he said loads of fresh salad.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you're going to go for that, and then by the end of 30 days, he said markers weren't that bad. He said the worst of it was McDonald's. It was like the salad had more sugar in it or something.
Yeah, that shit's all fake, man.
This is about 15 years ago. I'm sure things might be a little bit. They're still probably not great, but different.
Yeah.
But for takeaway wise, I think Indian's actually not the worst option.
No, it's not.
Because you can get a heavy dose of protein, hundreds of carbohydrates,
for sure.
and then you can get salad not in it.
Because you can literally get like...
And toilet paper, you need toilet paper as well, obviously. Loads of toilet paper. Loads of that.
No, but you're right, you don't feel bad after it. Like, you don't feel like sick, you know what I mean? Like, it's a clean, it can be a clean feed, unless you're like...
Daily belly.
Yeah.
But anyway, Indian Home Diner next door. It's, I think, honestly cheap as, great scan.
That's good. But do you know...
Not ideal pre-match though.
When I went in and ordered it was relatively quiet.
Guys like that, get the guys discount.
And by the time I was leaving, there was a proper queue.
Oh, was
like, there was maybe 50
all Champagne Football listeners will be there next week.
Yeah, that's it.
Anyway, that was a good recommendation. Another recommendation, I've mentioned this to you, I love the recommendations on TV shows. So what are you watching on TV
Not quite
tomorrow?
good, to be fair.
Nothing at the moment.
No?
So I normally binge like a TV show. What was I binging last? I binged Sopranos. I rewatched it. So
class.
I watched it in COVID, and then I've rewatched it again now.
That's
It's
next level.
unbelievable, bro.
That's next level.
I think it's one of the best ever. Honestly.
One of the first proper ones. I
Yeah.
was talking about this last night. Like, remember TV series used to be like The Wire, Breaking Bad,
Yeah.
Sopranos, The
Wire's class as well.
Those three you just said are easily.
Yeah.
That was like at the start of the whole binging of but they were like 7 seasons,
Yeah,
8 seasons,
long.
and you'd watch them. Every season was class.
Yeah.
Sometimes they would get better as it went on.
Aye.
See now, if something's like 4 or 5 seasons, almost always it fades.
Yeah, I
First
agree.
season's class, second's alright, I'll give it another third, and you're like, it's pretty shit. Do I stay with this?
Yeah, I agree.
Then it gets a wee bit better again, and it drops off again.
I often think that you're too far in to back
yeah,
out.
yeah.
You're 3 seasons
Yeah.
in, you're like, I
have
need
to
to watch
finish,
it.
yeah.
Like have you watched Suits?
No.
That's got like
I
12
stopped.
seasons.
Yeah.
That's actually when it went, but then it got a wee bit better, like 3, but you had to commit for
Yeah.
another 3 seasons to get to the good bit.
Yeah.
But anyway, so a lot of the good stuff, in my opinion, now is that the mini-series, like 6 episodes, 8 episodes.
Yeah.
It's a cracker. It's actually for 2022 called Defending Jacob.
That's an Apple TV.
What's that about?
TV, man.
What's that?
What's that about? Like, is it?
About a guy that starts in an Indian home diner in
Yeah.
Paddington. It all comes together, mate. No,
You got me there for a second.
Chris Evans from he does Captain America.
Yeah.
Basically, he's a district attorney. I'll wrap this up. It's a fucking football podcast, but you know what I mean. He's a district attorney, and his son, and is a murderer at a high school, local high school, and he's in charge of the case, sort of thing. And it turns out his son was actually a prime suspect.
On a way.
And then he has to. Obviously, he can't take the case on, but then he's
Yeah.
like in between, like the domestic side. I think it's superb,
Have
man.
you seen something else like that? I can't remember the
Your Honour?
Yeah, that sounds familiar. That.
It's very similar to Your Honour with Bryan Cranston.
Oh yeah, that was class.
If you like that, it's very similar to that. Like that sort of in between. I need to help my son, but
Aye.
I also need to do what's
that
right.
Your
So I
Honour was
think
good, aye.
that's a good wee watch. Recommend. So there you go. Saturday night, defending, play football, go home, stick a episode of Defending Jacob, Indian home diner.
Home diner first on the way home.
That's it.
Yeah, that's
Crack. And then jump onto Instagram, follow and like Champagne Football. Love that. There you go. What a weekend. Anyway, right, let's get back to football, which was a great weekend.
It was horrible, man. We played.
You played Friday, didn't you?
Friday, so we
We
missed
were
it,
lucky.
which was lucky, yeah.
We played on Saturday night, 7 o'clock, right?
Oh.
And it was horrific, man.
Your game was on.
We were on Saturday night.
Remember you was at the Lions?
In our lines away. To be fair, to our lines, the pitch was class.
synthetic?
Aye, it was synthetic, but
Good
that
drainage.
way, the drainage was a joke. Like there was no water on the pitch, but it was freezing, man. Like
Aye, well,
I
taking
felt-
goals, aye.
Yeah,
I was
Saturday was
literally
proper
standing
cold.
in
And
the
it was
goal.
at 5-1?
5-0.
5 actually didn't have much to do, did you?
That's what I'm saying. I was freezing. Just
The rain did not stop on Saturday though.
Nah, it was
rough,
Not one bit.
Our game we had Sutherland. We travelled up to, it was at Christie Park, but obviously Sutherland. They had to drive up, got to about half an hour before kick-off, and we were like, oh well, to be fair to Christie Park, it got so bad because it's cork, it's in
Yeah.
Christie Park, so it rises.
Yeah, yeah.
But it drains pretty quick, so if there's no rain for like 15-20 minutes, it pretty much passes. So 15-20 minutes past, it was just like light rain, and it started to go. Initially, the referees come on, they're like, oh, this isn't look good. 20 minutes passed, it started to look alright, playable anyway. And then the referee, when a bounce test, just throws the ball up in the air, and the ball's went dead,
no.
and we was all burst out laughing. But then, I think they were waiting on a couple of other officials, then they come, they walk right round the pitch, and I'm just like, nah, there's no point.
I
pretty
saw
much.
Rich's TikTok, like you could see the pitch like looks fast.
It wasn't great. It was probably a good decision. At the time you like just get it played.
Yeah.
But I think in hindsight, you want to play when it's proper conditions. Then
Are they all going to be playing midweek next week? Is that what they're
I
doing?
think I don't think it's been confirmed doubles yet.
It can't be next week either because NPL 1 have got the midweek.
We
fixtures.
get
that's right.
Sydney next week.
Yeah.
Sydney next week.
So it'll need to be whenever, like, obviously you can get fit in.
That's right. I think it was most likely. I think it's going to be the end of the month. I think.
Yeah.
There was 3 games lost in NPL 1, 3 in NPL 2, and 2 in NPL 3.
So not that many, to be fair.
Aye.
Consider the weather.
Aye.
But a few games were on Sunday, weren't they?
Aye, and a few games were on Friday.
Well, we'll probably start with Manly game, mate. Since you're right here, since you scored a pen.
Yeah.
You looked like you played quite well for the highlights.
Yeah, I think I had a good game. Like, I think the key is now, like, I'm getting fitter. Like, I can repeat my actions like over 90 minutes. I think I played like 6 or 7 in a row now.
The diet, mate.
Yeah, 100%, and the sleep. That's it. No, it's been good. Like, I'm getting rhythm now. I feel like I'm like in flow state. So, no, it's been class. I think I had a good game, and yeah, it was good to get the win. The pen was lucky though. He got hands on it.
I saw it. Aye.
And like my last 2 have been good. So I've gone like down the right, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to commit, go down the right again, and he's got hands on it, so I shit myself for like a second.
I went in though, mate, I went in.
Yeah, goal's a goal.
You need the power on it, don't you? You need the power just to beat them in case
that happens. No, 100%. But yeah, it was a good game overall. Like, we got like so many young lads in the team as well. I think our average age is like 23 at the moment, so like loads of like 18, 19-year-olds. We've got some like class young lads coming through, and we're like playing good footy. Like, you know, I think we got our like play style down pat now. Like, we know what we're doing, we know how to execute. So it was a good win. We could have scored more as well. Like,
it looked pretty one-sided.
Yeah, it was.
The Sydney FC's a young squad as well.
Yeah, that's true.
But they're fit, play with the
mate,
nice stuff.
Fit, man.
Like, don't stop running. They don't stop running, do they?
I'm like, these kids,
imagine
bro.
their diet, unbelievable.
Bro, they are so fit, eh?
Like, they're so fit.
It's a joke. Like, if they had like that little bit of experience in there, that'd be a good side. But sometimes, like,
makes a difference. You look at Wanderers.
Yeah.
They've just got a few players with that experience, and the opposite end of the table.
Yeah, for sure.
It's difficult, man. Cool. Good win for Manly. That's you boys up the table a little bit. Get us moved away from Sydney FC and Central Coast. Had a little bit of trouble, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
What's the difference, Chaz?
Sutherland as well. Sutherland have got 10 points.
Is it a game in hand, no?
But no, not from Central Coast. So Central Coast and Sydney have both got 8 points, and Sutherland have got 10.
Yeah, they're in there.
And who's after that?
Well.
You, Hills and Spirit have both got 15.
So Manly.
And Manly are on 20 points.
So you said you, Hills and Spirit?
I said you as in you.
Oh, I'm in Gary Rafferty just sitting there.
Gary Rafferty.
It's not bad, 15 points for
By
Gary.
yourself,
No,
yeah.
alright, by the way.
But and then Olympic 19, and then Manly are on 20.
We've got a game in hand, haven't we?
Yeah, usually played 16, but so have Central Coast and Sutherland.
Are Olympic on 19?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Still
We can get to Olympic in a second. Wanderers, we actually watched the Wanderers game as we were watching the rain on the pitch that was on before it.
Yeah.
2-0, 10 men, 2-0.
For a long period of time as well.
It was an early red card, wasn't it?
See the red card?
Yeah.
Aye. What do you think?
I don't know, it's hard to see.
We had a squad investigation because it was like, oh, red card, that's harsh, and then they slowed it right down. Did look like a red card.
Did it? Aye.
Like,
it just looked like he came off the ground.
The angle was, when you first watch an NPL TV, the angle was difficult because there's a few players there.
Yeah.
The referee's right next to it, and he gives the red straight away. And he slowed down, it looks like studs up, quite high up the ankle.
Yeah, they were all showing, weren't they? All studs, yeah.
So I think it was a red card, to be fair. And then, but again, Wanderers good result with 10 men. Eunice scored a nice finish.
Great first touch.
Aye.
Yeah, that was a great touch.
What was his sister, Talia? Young Matildas?
Oh, is she? How old is she?
15, I think.
That's brilliant.
Oh, wow.
I think she made her debut at 14.
That's mad, that is crazy.
Well, she's very, very good, aye. His brother plays for us, Anthony.
He's a good player as well.
Eunice is a great guy, man.
Yeah.
Great guy. And then we look at, so they're top of the league, Wanderers?
No. Rockdale still.
How many points ahead?
1.
But they've got a game in hand.
They've got a game in hand, so the Apia and Western Sydney Wanderers are tied on 37 points, but Apia have got a game in hand.
Okay, sweet. And then St George beat Olympic. Let's talk about Olympic. What's going on there, do you think? What was your thoughts on Olympic playing against them?
Well, they beat us at home. We played them at Cromer, and to be fair, that was probably our worst game.
You said 10 men though, did you not?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, Bilal got a red in the first half, so like it made it difficult.
For you?
I remember it was early on in the game, like 7 minutes or something.
Yeah, something like that. But like, I don't know. Like just from watching them this year, like it looks. I don't know. It looks like something's missing for them. Like I don't know. It's hard to put like.
It's good players, man.
I know, great team on paper. Like look at their team on paper.
So look at Olympic from your team, Manly. Not to disrespect your current squad, but how many players for Olympic would start in your team?
Yeah, a couple. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Same for us as well.
Yeah.
It's mental, like, well, I can go through, maybe outside that, or even there's probably a few who would start for a Rockdale or Olympic as well, maybe 1 or 2, but
yeah, for sure.
For most teams who they're in and about, Wolves, Manly, us, who else is it, Sydney United, more than a handful would be starting.
Yeah.
They're right good players.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Sometimes it's like, I think you can have like the best team on paper, but that just shows that, you know, if you don't have like, you know, the play style to match or something's missing, like it doesn't mean shit.
Something's missing anyway. I don't. It's because this is the second year in a row.
I know.
And both teams. I mean, you could argue last year they'd won it the year before that, hadn't they?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
So then you might argue, like, okay, that's second year, just sort of a transition period or whatever. I don't know how much the squad changed there, but this year you'd think, considering the money in it, the players have got. They learned some lessons from last year.
They even got like players in the grandstand. So like, there's players that are fully fit, like first grade players that are on like, you know, good coin, and they're in the grandstand. So it's like they got the numbers there. It's not like they're struggling for players or anything.
It's interesting.
I don't know enough behind the scenes what's happening, but they've been very, very poor. Like I feel like where a lot of the other teams in the league are almost finding where they should be based on maybe budget, based on not necessarily player level, but some budget does often, even professional level.
Yeah, it does.
Wages tend to dictate something. There was a thing about it, wages. Almost maybe there's the odd anomaly, like the Leverkusen this year, for instance, but usually the payroll dictates the finishing positions very close to anyway.
Yeah.
It won't be too far off, excluding Wanderers, won't be too far off this year, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
So I think for Olympic to be sitting where they are, they're going to have a hell of a run.
Yeah, for sure. No, for sure.
To get higher up there, because I don't know.
Do you know what I think?
They're not going to finish fighting in finals.
The thing that I think that's probably the most, not worrying, but like if you look at the stats at the end of the games when it comes up on the highlights, other teams are. It's not like they're battering like loads of shots on goal or they're creating loads of chances. Like teams are creating a lot more chances than they are.
Yeah. Well, they beat us 2-1, and we were winning 1-0. We had 10 men, we went 1-0 up, and they scored a penalty in the 92nd minute, I think it was.
Yeah.
Tell you what, it was a very. I think we seen the one.
Was that at Belmore? That was at Belmore.
Yeah. It was a very sus pen, but still, that's 3 points they picked up, which was literally us with 3 points against you, using 10 men.
Yeah.
So
and they beat you in the cup, is that right? Or
we beat them in the cup.
you beat them in the cup. Yeah, that's right.
Extra time was that football fitness guy.
The diet as well, mate. That's it. But I don't know. But on the flip side of that, St George, good win for them. It did look like you wrote pretty comfortable. It was a great goal,
Great
centre
goal.
half.
Yeah. Centre backs just strolled in, man.
He's a big lad as well. Kieran Malevsky.
Kieran Malevsky, aye.
Yeah.
Fair play, a great finish.
But then what about the great defensive header when O'Donovan ran the keeper?
I was going to say
a big moment, that.
Massive
moment. He had a chance shortly after as well, O'Donovan.
You know what? That's not easy to go, that Penshurst Park. It's difficult. It's small. It suits them. They play like the 5 at the back. They make it difficult for you. Like we went down there, and I think it was 1-0 in the 75th minute. And they took like a quick corner, scored off the corner, and then they scored again. It was just like it's not easy. It's not an easy place to go.
They've got some good players.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, for sure.
So, a good result, as you said. That I wrote here. I did look again from the highlights. Didn't watch the full game, but it did look in terms of chances. St George deserved the victory.
And it even looked comfortable. Besides that, the one that was cleared off the line, there wasn't much else.
That came from a mistake as well, didn't it?
And the keepers made some saves as well. The Olympic keeper.
Aye. What's his name? Noah James. You love Noah James. Mention him every week. Him and your man for House.
Is he on loan? Is he on loan? Noah James, or I think it was a loan from Newcastle. Wasn't it?
Yeah. And then looking at Wolves, big win for them. 2-0 down, up to 3-2.
Do you know, right? Obviously, again, only watching highlights, but that Fuka looks unbelievable.
Oh, he's a baller.
He's a crank player.
He looks really good.
He is very good.
Like in that second half there, when they just kind of seemed to come to life.
Is that genuine question? In the NPL, is there a Japanese player who's shite?
Not shite, no.
Nah.
They're all effective, they all make impact.
They're all technically like very good.
Joke.
You know, I suppose you could say, well, we're not going to bring one into the NPL if they're not good, but you'd still think someone would underperform.
Yeah.
I feel like they all make a significant impact in the team they're in.
Yeah.
I've played with a few over the years that have underperformed, but just because, like in the NPL, like when you get battered and kicked, some of them shy away, like they go in their shell. But other than that, like technically, they're unbelievable. Like, and this Afuka guy, like when we played Wollongong at Chrome a couple of weeks ago, we got the win. But he was like, for me, he was their standout, like just half turn, sharp, bro, like low centre of gravity, like straight passes, good dribbler. Like he's a player.
He's a good player, mate. I like that. He's been a bit of a standout considering how Wolves have went the last 10 games. He still seems to pop up with goals.
Yeah.
What about that game? I thought that the Sydney United goal, was it the first goal? No, second goal.
Done well.
What's your man's name again? Young boy?
Blackalandra,
that was him. I mean, don't get me wrong, the number 2 for what? I can't say his last name, it was with a B. I can't remember his name. Did you see how slow he was?
No.
Absolutely towing a caravan. That was the ball going on the top and he was like 3 yards ahead of him. And the man runs a great finish.
He's done well.
What was the first goal for United? It was Erdale. That was a good goal.
That was a good goal.
It was a cracker as well. And then
that was at Albert Butler, wasn't it? That pitch is. Oh, bro, that's the worst.
Is it?
Oh,
soulless as well. It's like, it's just like empty ground.
When I rock up there, I'm like praying. I'm like, please God, like just look after me today because, bro, I don't want to play shit there. It's weird. It's like, bro, it's bouncy. It's windy. It's like it doesn't suit my game. So I'm like, oh my God.
It reminds me of Chifley.
Aye.
It's like just soulless.
Oh, wow.
There's like a wee stand in it, but it's just
weird,
there's
bro,
just
it's weird,
land.
yeah.
It's just you back
On the side of a highway, it's like, it's,
Right.
yeah, it's proper
That's,
weird.
do you know that's what I think North Turramurra's quite like that.
Aye, a bit, aye.
Like it's just
Yeah.
open and flat
Yeah.
for ages as
Aye.
far as
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can see, man.
Aye, I agree with that as well. Aye, and then, but good win, mate. Like 3-2, 2-0 down, not easy, but bad score for Sydney United because they've been on a decent run.
That's why I said, do you think it could be a bit of a turning point for Wolves to find form again, just in terms of
I don't think so.
being
Honestly,
2-0 down? Surely that gives you a massive lift because, as you say, Sydney United have.
I think it will give it a lift naturally, but there was some of the goals were gifts, man. I felt, and again, like it was poor defending for Sydney United in the goals, man. And then I feel like Wolves, they started off brightly, but it's like almost every week you go, oh, they'll do a bit better. They've not really picked up for like round 7.
No, they haven't.
They've just been
They started well.
They started brilliant, mate. Brilliant.
Yeah.
But I don't think it helps. Like, so Jake True's not been scoring, which doesn't help. He was one of the, I think he scored like 11 or 12 last year.
Yeah.
Maybe even more. Lockie Scott's not been scoring as much as he has been. So if they're not scoring goals, I'm sure they're creating chances. The odd game I've watched, they are creating chances.
But Fuka's their top scorer, isn't he?
Nah, he's the main man. But
Yeah.
and even the game before when they won against Hills, I think it was centre half. It scored a couple of headers.
Kanezumi.
Aye.
Yeah, he's a good player as well. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, what is finishing well for them? Because I believe the top 4, 5, you're almost guaranteed who's going to be in that top 4 or 5.
Yeah.
6th place might be up for grabs.
Yeah.
I feel like top 5 you're going to have Apia, Rockdale, Wanderers, Marconi, Blacktown City.
Yeah. I think 6 is up for grabs for sure.
I think 6th is the only one they've got, but the gap is quite long, you know?
As well. There's 7 points between Wollongong and 8, and then Sydney United and St George have both got 30 points.
Okay.
Ah.
I think it'll be Sydney United or St George will get that. I can't see, because I think St George and Sydney United both got the squad to kick on, because I think Hatch might be missing the weekend. Yeah. He was missing last night, which makes a big difference. I don't know how long he's out for though, but if you can get them back, I think they two will finish, one of those two will finish 6th. I can't see the gap's too big. And then looking at Blacktown City, playing pretty well at the moment. Another comfortable victory.
Yeah.
Most games, they dropped points against, was it Apia beat them? Apia beat them. But they still had, we spoke about it last week, lots of chances, look good.
Yeah.
I think they'll be strong contenders right up to the last couple of weeks.
Blacktown always like even over the past couple of years, they always come good towards like this point of the season, and they like keep peak. It's weird, man. Like they'll start like semi-slow, and they'll just like peak like at the right time. So
they've got a lot of experience. It tends to happen at even the top level, innit? They get the experienced teams just sort of go up a gear near the end.
Yeah.
I think at this point, as long as you're still in it, like what then, like 4 points, 5 points behind or something.
4 points off.
Alright, so 4 points off. I know they've got a game in hand, Rockdale and Apia, but 4 points off it with 12, 13 games to go.
Yeah.
You're in the mix. I mean, that's the most important thing. And then lastly, looking at Marconi Rockdale, which McCann's postponed, Spirit Sullivan was also postponed, and then Apia Central fell victim to rain.
Decent
Sounds sinister.
Hey, I'm been practicing.
Sinister.
Right.
Okay, well, there was more games. So just to wrap up, sorry, Chaz. So top of the league,
Rockdale, Apia second, Western Sydney Wanderers.
and set the 2 A-League clubs, Central Coast and Sydney, are bottom league. Cool. NPL 2, Chaz, there's quite a few games played there. A bit more.
ST Raiders lost 3-2 away at Mount Druitt. ST Raiders went 1-0 up after 20 minutes, and then the lights get switched off at Poppendale.
Oh.
And now you're talking about that all week.
The guy lost his job, went there.
Undertaker, yeah. That was good.
And then Mount Druitt equalised just after play started again. So then obviously it's
That's a sick way.
shift, man. And then they went in 2-1 at half time, and then ST Raiders equalised. Charles Mendy scored the winner.
Charles Mendy.
He's scored quite a few goals to be
fair.
fair.
He's bagging for them, yeah. They're doing well, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They're flying. Top of the league. And then Nepean picked up their second win of the season. They beat MacArthur Rams 2-1. 1-0 down at half time and scored 2 in the second half. Dunbar drew 2 each away at Spartans. A bit of a shock result, I'd say. But it was not. Sorry. It was 2 each at half time, and that's the way the game finished.
Yeah.
As I said, we played in Alliance. We won 5-0. 2-0 up at half time, and then in Alliance got a man sent off in the second half.
Oh no.
And then we scored 3 after they went down to 10 men. Canterbury Bankstown lost 3-0 to Alcoa. And what was that? No, that's actually, I've made a mistake again, as per usual, guys.
It's the consistency, mate. That's what it's all about. Staying consistent.
What's it, man?
What happened was a mistake.
I just left obviously these 3 games were thingies, so I have the same
Oh, they were
points
thingy?
every week. But the last 3 games were postponed because of the rain.
Right,
Our
okay.
Bulls and Dully started.
Abandoned.
They get abandoned. Someone's went to turn and their knees dislocated or
Oh, no
something.
way.
Abandoned from an injury?
Aye, from injury.
Oh,
but it was supposedly, the ball stopped dead in the pitch, which is what obviously
Caused the
the
injury.
turn.
Oh.
And then that's
poor guy, man.
Shambles that, man.
Is that a Dully player?
I think it was a Bulls player.
How are Bulls going this season? Are they
Second.
Yeah, strong?
Yeah, they're doing well, but
The
they...
league's here somewhere, mate. League's...
You've got it.
Oh, that's it there, mate.
Oh, sweet.
This is Northbridge, because obviously the website's up to date, as it always is.
NPL 3, Inner West Hawks beat Sydney Uni 4-0.
Sydney Uni, what is going on? Is it just lecturers I've got playing? Scudded in the week. Just getting bobbed.
Peter Yiannopoulos scored from pretty much the halfway line, first goal of the game. Mounties beat Prospect 5-0, they're on a 5-game winning streak. Camden drew 1 each with Newcastle Jets.
Oh, aye, cheeky that.
Granville Rays lost 2-1 to Gleesville Red Magic.
What is going on there? Right, magic, how have they won that?
Kiriakos back in goal for...
Right. But I thought you mentioned a few weeks ago.
A few weeks ago, but then he didn't play again.
He's not
and then he
played.
went back in at the weekend. He's 52.
That's brilliant, isn't it?
52?
52.
No
for
way.
Gleesville Red Magic.
That's respect that.
Man of the match performance supposedly was unbelievable.
That is madness that. Bro, at 52, my knees will be
52, man.
seized up. I won't be able to move.
Phenomenal, man.
I think but the guy played at like 8k, I think, in the Champions League and stuff.
Oh, wow.
Just dishing out Weathers originals at half time, the boys.
Having his customary cigarette at half time. Mitch Cross scored again for Bankstown United. They beat Central Coast United 2-0.
Ask Mitch Cross to come on and chat it.
There was also midweek games in NPL 2 and 3 this week.
What, sorry?
Midweek games.
That's right. You've got the results here? I do.
Got the results.
Well, let me just pick up you rattle through them, Chaz. I'm just going to go and dribble and see if...
Mount Druitt beat Bankstown City Lions 3-2.
No, 3-2. That'd been a good game, that.
That would have been a good game. Mount Druitt were 3-0 up at half time. Bankstown scored twice.
Oh, Chris Payne scored it?
Twice, aye. And Lions drew 1 each with Rydomere. Hakoah beat Dully 3-1. UNSW beat Dunbar 2-0.
But Dodge Hill have been a bit of struggle street, haven't they?
They picked up their win, but then obviously their game against Bulls the next week
Abandoned,
and then they lost 3-1 at Hakoah.
So Hakoah, that's killed him that game. Did Mount Druitt, did you say they scored late against SC Raiders?
Yeah. Mendy scored late, yeah, 85th.
That was, they probably needed that point there to keep them in the mix. Still only 6 points off it, but if they dropped points there, that would definitely helped them after that wee wobble they had.
We beat Dunbar 2-0. Bulls lost 2-1 to Spartans.
Did they, aye?
Aye.
They've got a game in handballs though.
But they still won't be top.
By the way, that's the NPL 2 and NPL 1, both very tight, top 4, top 5. NPL 1's, Mount Druitt's on 42, Bulls on 37 with a game in hand. Depends who they're playing. But
Was that Dulwich Hill game?
Oh, Dulwich game, so let's say they win that, which you'd think they would, they'd be on 40. Hakoah's on 36, and then Bankstown's on 32 with a game in hand, taking 35. Could be 7 points between the top 4. And NPL 1's obviously similar, probably roughly about the same. That's good to see what you see. A bit of competition.
MacArthur Rams beat Berries 1-0 and ST Raiders beat Nepean 3-0. In NPL 3, Camden lost 3-2 at Holden Hawkesbury. Fraser Park lost 3-1 to Bankstown United.
Fucking those results coming out of arse here.
I know, mate.
What's happening?
Sydney Uni.
What's going on? That's a lot of numbers. 3-1, 2-1, 2-44.
Sydney Uni lost 2-1 to Granville Rage. Zodorovsky and Tomic both scored.
Right, so NPL 3, just do a quick summary of NPL 3 in terms of the league table because we've spoken about. So NPL 2, Mount Druitt are still top, Dunbar and Nepean are struggling down the bottom, and then we look at League 2, updated table. Newcastle Jets are top, 3 points ahead of Bankstown United. Mounties are creeping up there, 36 points with a game in hand.
Is that Hurstville Zagreb that?
Yes.
Aye, they won last night.
They won last night.
2-1.
South Coast. No, 3-0.
So I said to you, no? You said to me.
He's a liar, isn't he?
I know.
Can't
Talk
help it,
shit
man.
all the time.
Okay, and then the Suwa Cup.
Aye.
Apia Marconi game, 2-1.
I watched extra time of that. So I was on the way home from training.
Yeah.
And my brother was there, so I just called him, stopped by, watched extra time. That
Did your brother play?
No, he doesn't play. He was just there with his mates watching because he's got one of his boys plays for Marconi.
Oh, okay, yeah.
George Daniel, the left back.
Yeah.
So stopped by, watched extra time. It was good. Lambert as well. First came back at Lambert.
Was a good crowd?
Yeah, decent turnout. Lambert, I think Lambert just suits him more than Waikato will, doesn't it? Like Apia have always been Lambert.
We've not played Apia at Leichhardt yet, so I don't know. We played with Lambert last year and they scudded us 5-1, so I hope it doesn't suit them better.
Yeah, it's a tough place to go, Lambert. But yeah, it was a good game. Sean Simmons popped up, scored the winner.
Oh, cracking finish.
What a finish!
I've not seen.
Belted it over the net,
Honestly,
like an Aguero finish, I think.
and he was playing left back as well. Like,
Right, okay.
bro,
Did he play left back?
Yeah, he was playing
plays
left back.
everywhere, didn't he?
Bro, when I was there, he was like playing 9, then he'd pop in at centre back, then he'll play left wing. Like he can play anywhere. Like honestly, it's a joke. Like, and he roofed it as well. Like left foot,
great finish.
top finish.
By the way, I don't know why this reminded me, but did you see the goalkeeper, St George Saints goalkeeper in Blacktown, what he was wearing? What the fucking Ronald McDonald?
What
was he wearing?
The red
Ronald
shorts.
McDonald's overalls.
No way.
It was like red bottoms, yellow top. It was. I thought it was quite
The red
bizarre.
nose as well.
Oh, you can't be doing
The
that.
Happy Meal.
Oh, that's big red afro.
That was a bizarre. It looked like you're going to watch like your dad playing over 45.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the goalkeeper's just wearing random gear.
Nah,
Do you
that's
know what?
shame. Was
He got his
that?
PE kit.
Brendan
He's
Gillow.
not giving it.
I actually thought the exact same thing. I was thinking, who's put that together?
Well, I actually thought, is that a player in goals? Does that look like? It looked like you've just you forgot your gear. Just wear that.
Scrambled with a kid, yeah.
I was a disgrace.
Anyway, fashionista, fashion police will be handing them out now.
So then, your game as well, Sydney United last night?
Yeah, beat Sydney United 2-1. Good performance from us. Played very well. Sydney United, and tell me, I need to give a mention, scored an absolute screamer for a halfway line.
Yeah, great finish
Like
that.
a knuckleball pretty much for a halfway line. Very, very good player. Probably didn't get as involved as he'd wanted to, I'd imagine, because first 65 minutes it's pretty much all spirit. Yeah, we dominated possession, had the best chances. Obviously they went 1-0 up, which maybe that made them sit off a little bit, try and protect that for a bit, but they went 1-0 at half time. We scored 2 within I think 10 minutes of the second half. And then they went 4 up top.
Oh, wow.
Went a little bit more direct, a bit more pressure, but they only really had 2 shots, both sort of outside the box. One from Telmy, one from I think it was De La Rea. I think Chris made fairly comfortable saves. Saw the game out. Brilliant result. Obviously it was a hard game. Played since 83 years in a row there. That's us.
And then you've got them next week as well?
Well, next week in the league, sorry. But good result for us. Obviously Sydney United will be disappointed, but they had Hatch was missing. Obviously it's a big miss for them. I think they were missing somebody else. Can't remember who it was. But yeah, we're happy. We're delighted. Great performance from Spirit, and we're in there for the second year out of 3.
Are you home for a wee away trip?
Mate, I would love an away trip.
Down to Melbourne or something.
No, I'd love an away trip anywhere, to be honest with you. I mean, 2 years ago we got Peninsula Power, which was an away trip in Queensland, and it was the chance, a team where you thought, do you know what, we could maybe win here. So I would like something similar if possible, but it's the percentages aren't really in your favour. I do not want an A-League club. Because they have to come to us, and it has to be put at a neutral venue. Because Christie Park won't be able to, I think there's regulations.
Yeah.
So basically you're going to a neutral venue to play against, it's not like you're playing against, let's hope we drop Man United or West Ham, or you don't play in a big stadium and all the rest of it.
So where would it be played then?
I don't know, mate, I'm not sure how it works.
Okay.
Like a stadium.
I don't know if maybe like a Leichhardt Oval or Sydney United, or I
Okay.
don't know if even Cromer Park would qualify or something. I don't know how it has to, is there a capacity they can hold?
Yeah, fair.
That's I think the boys' general feel is they want an away trip. Everyone loves an away trip.
Yeah.
But it's a lucky draw on it. So, and then Phoenix scored first against Rockdale.
I saw that in like the first minute.
Well, let me see.
But when I'd seen it on my app, I'm like, surely not. Like, and I went back and watched the
Someone
goal.
apparently said they could have went 2-0 up.
No way.
With a chance just after it. And then Rockdale just went, what are you doing, boys?
But Rockdale played a strong team, man.
Imagine they went 2-0
I didn't think
up.
a team, aye. Scored a cracker at the first equaliser. See the equaliser?
No, I didn't see it. Was it Denzo?
Aye, top in for edge of the box.
Aye.
And then Euro scored I think second, and then it was shoot in.
Yeah, floodgates opened after that.
9-1 gone. Again, a lad I know watched it and he said it was 9-1 gone, like 21 sort of thing. And then obviously Blacktown, so Blacktown City, well done. Apia, I like it, well done. Rockdale, well done. And Spirit, well done. Proud to see clubs in
the
there.
top goal scorers hasn't been updated because it's not on dribble yet.
Well, Andrew Martin scored on the week. He scored.
I think he scored 2 last night and 1 at the weekend, so I think he'll be on 16 now.
And obviously Rockdale game was cancelled, so
so he'll still be. And then Mitch Cross, I believe, is now the top of NPL 3.
Oh, is he?
South Coast lost last night, I'm sure. South Coast lost 3-0 at Hurstville, and Mitch Cross scored at the weekend, and he scored again against Fraser Park. So he'll be on 20 goals.
That's sort of the only award. What other awards is there? Like you play the year, top goal scorer.
That's it.
And maybe team of the year. Do you get in for being in the team of the year?
I don't think so.
Have you ever been in the team of the year?
No, never.
Have you?
Nah.
No?
Nah.
Why not? Haven't you ever been?
Nah, never.
This year?
You won't be goalkeeper, you don't play enough games, have you?
No, I've not played. I've played 5 games in round 1.
You might have a... Oh, did you see De Bruyne with Man City? I think it was like 17 games and he got top assist or second top assist.
That is mental.
That's
That's
incredible.
That is... he's a fucking joke.
He is a joke, aye. I think awards-wise, it'd be good to have a like. Because the goalkeepers like awards for goalkeepers, or not? Goalkeeper of the year.
There should be like a Golden Glove or something, I assume.
I think there is, aye, but there's nothing really for defenders.
No, there isn't. There should be though.
Nah, fuck them. I think there should be. I don't know what it would be though.
Aye. Yeah, I don't know. What
They should do like Defender of the Year, Midfielder of the Year, and like an attacker. Do they do that?
I don't know if they do that.
They do play the month, like for each position.
Yeah.
But they should do like a yearly one.
Oh, sorry, do they play the month?
Yeah, they do.
Should just look at who's won the most by the end of the year.
That's actually not a bad.
That's not a bad shout, yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd be pretty good to do that. Give people a bit of recognition. There's not a ton of things you can get. Strikers are not like right now. You're not going to top. Probably those lads we've mentioned. Like Euro's on what 16.
16.
I don't know who's close to him. Or even near.
Jack O'Brien probably about 12, 13.
Oh, they think he's
Yeah,
is that close to him?
Scored 2 at the weekend.
Oh, okay, I think he's got 2 again. Fuck, he's flying, man. Right, well, moving on. BN Sports, as always, thanks for the support. False 9 Threads. If you want a 20% discount, go on the website FNTCFS20. And why have you wrote confirm FNT?
Because I didn't know if it was.
Oh, it's fucking hell shambles here. That's twice in a row. 2 weeks in a row we've studied that. So it's CFSFNT20. 20% discount. CFS FNT20.
Love that.
20% discount for False 9 Threads. And again, we get absolutely nothing from this. Just they helped us at the start with some gear. So
yeah.
Some people have asked us how to get some gear and get a wee discount. So enjoy yourself. So big announcement for Champagne Football. Chaz and I have decided to run a Champagne Fives football tournament for NPL players. So
only.
NPL players only. That includes under 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll tell you the format. You can be the voice of NPL football players, isn't it? So the plan is to have in October. Obviously, season's going to be finished. Some people obviously might be away and all the rest of it, but there'll be plenty of players here. It'll be a one-day tournament. We're going to have around 18 teams in the tournament.
18 teams, 3 groups of 6.
Every team will get 5 games.
Yep.
Every team will get 5 teams minimum. Obviously, if you qualify, you're then into the rest. The winners, that you'll probably be most concerned about, will get a monetary prize. So there'll be money involved for the winners. There'll be a few big sponsors on board. We've already got some good ones already who are keen to be involved. So that will help us make sure the event has got plenty of good music, good food, good support. Caveat to it would be we're going to make sure that every team's got at least 2 different clubs NPL represented. So you can't just have a full Manly team, for instance. You need to have like you're from Manly, but you might have 2 or 3 lads from another team.
Yeah.
They can be from any division, any mix and match, which I think is going to be useful because some lads are good at futsal, some good at 5s.
Yeah, for sure.
There's plenty of lads shite at 11s in NPL, so. So I think that's pretty much the gist of it. We haven't confirmed the date because what we need to know straight away is expressions of interest. So if you do us a favour, if you're keen to be involved, no commitment initially, just expression of interest. So click the link in the Instagram bio and let us know that at Champagne Football Show. Click the link in the bio and just enter the expression of interest. That would be what team? A team?
Just a team. 100%. Don't even need to tell us who. Just one person's like, I want to put a team in.
You're basically team captain. So if you're going to be a team captain, you're that player who goes, I can organise this. I can get 9 players.
9 players, aye.
If I can get 9 players, we'll do it. There'll be referees. It'll be organised properly. We'll be organised properly. So Chaz and I will do it. And Chaz and I obviously run it as best we can. We'll get lots of outside help to make sure it's a good event. Anyone who's in NPL who's got anything that might suit around helping players out that, whether it be I don't know.
Ice bath, recovery stuff.
Anything along those lines. You maybe want to promote your own business, get in touch as well, and we can try and get you involved. We've got a lot of space here at Fraser Park. Fortunately, it's not on Fraser Park, otherwise you'll be wearing scuba diving gear. But that's it, lads. So just let everyone know, Champagne Fives coming in October. If you're interested, click the link in the bio.
We'd have to sort kits and that as well.
Oh yeah, we'll organise everything.
Oh,
So
that's
with the registration, then each team will get kits and stuff.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
That's class. I'm super
All
keen.
you need-
You get extra. You get a large boys.
Large boy, yeah.
All you need is
Medium boys. I want a tight lad.
get Radical from Bexley to come and provide.
Radical, yeah.
Man.
Should we sponsor it? Get guys to do sales for it.
Indian home diner. Mate.
Mate, get guys to sort out sales.
Right, class. Okay. Peter,
Yeah.
you're a funny lad, so tell us about it.
Where do I start? Where do I start?
Tell us how you involved in stand-up.
Oh no, don't put the question on. I'm sweating, lad.
So obviously great background.
Yeah.
Born in Sydney.
Yeah. So
Where did you play in your football?
Like junior football.
Aye.
Like for a club called Elwood Wanderers, and then Stanmore Hawks.
Elwood.
Yeah, then Stanmore Hawks, and then I went to Sydney Olympics. That was my first.
How long were you there for?
2 years between 11 and 13. So I played up when I was 11 in the 13. I was 12, so I played in the 13s.
Yep.
And then I played 13s again for the second time. So I was there 2 seasons, but they were like my junior club. Like supported them. Like used to go to first grade games, watch them.
Yep.
But yeah, Sydney born, Greek background. Like both sides are Greek, so full Greek. Like I consider myself Greek Australian. Like I'm more Greek than I probably am Australian, but.
Yeah.
Like just typical Greek household, like loads of tzatziki flying about, garlic everywhere.
That was on your jeans?
Yeah,
I better be Suzuki, mate. You got Horny under there.
but yeah, played my junior footy at Olympic, and then went to NSWIS, like when it was a thing.
Yeah.
And then after a year there, I went to like the state championships, and then I got called up to like NTC Challenge in Canberra with like the older lads. And that's what they were picking lads for the AIS.
Yep.
So then I went to AIS between 14 and 16. So I was there away from home.
So that's a centre of excellence, yeah.
Yeah, that was class. Like that was, I think when I was at Olympic, my first season I was like younger, so I was playing up. I was doing alright. But then second season, I think I scored like 25 goals, and I was like, fuck.
Where were you playing? What position?
Right wing, left wing's the same. And I was like, fuck, I'm actually decent at football. Like, you know what I mean?
Look at what anyone says. I'm actually good.
I was rapid back then though, like even more, I reckon more so than now. Like I was just like, for some reason I was quicker than everyone else, so I'd like just get it, push it past people, like just knock it, not even beat them.
Was that 14 to 16 you said?
That was when I was like 13, before I got picked
that
by
age,
AIS.
that 13 or even 12 to 15, see the physical improvements you can make, but if you've got strength or speed,
oh yeah,
you can run amok.
Yeah, it's a joke.
You can run amok.
Do you know what you just said there? I find this really interesting. Well, not really interesting, but you look at wingers, right? There are so many wingers that are really quick, but you don't often see knocking the ball past the defender, getting by and putting it in the box anymore.
No, yeah, of course.
Do you know what I mean?
I agree.
Still wingers, are
Now it's all like stand up, and it's like it's so frustrating to watch. Like, see when you know someone's really quick, and you see all the space behind the fullback, and they're running at them, and then they stop.
Do you know who who gets the most frustrated at those wingers? People who aren't fast. No, generally, because I'd have done anything to be rapid. Like the amount of times when I was growing up, and I'm like, growing up, even my 20s, I'd get knocked in behind, and I would get there first, but then I'm like, well, I'm just going to I'm too far away to go. I just need to wait till this defender gets in front of me and wait for somebody to help me. Because I could beat him again, he's going to go in front of me again. Too slow, and people who are fast, you're going, kick it and run, mate. Kick it and nobody's catching you.
It's so bizarre, because then it's so simple in my head watching it.
I know.
And it's just like they literally have a run on the defender's backing, and then they stop.
I start facing him up. What are you doing?
You know who does it a lot? Jack Grealish, man. Like, I know he's not the quickest, but like, he'll drag it, and then just stop. And I'm like, bro, just like push it past him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But so I was actually listening to, I can't remember who I was listening to about Jack Grealish, saying that can be frustrating, right? But what he does very well is he attracts a lot of players.
No, he does. Yeah, he drags people in. Yeah, he does.
So he is taking those touches, but then you're going, oh, well, now De Bruyne is in hundreds of space.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It's not a bad thing, but I mean,
Nah, definitely. Sorry, I just
that's
said
right.
you used to knock it by. It was like,
I agree. There's not enough of that, and like sometimes I'm guilty of that. I'll be honest. Like I'm rapid, but sometimes I like slowing it down. I think now as I get older, I know it's something that like I've gotten better with this season. I know when to, keep it going or slow it down. So I think that comes as well with maturity and shit. But Yeah, for sure.
So, NSWIS, AIS, let's just say AIS,
Yeah.
is there anyone who is an NPL at the moment that you're in there with?
Jackson Bandera.
Right, okay.
He was over in Canberra with me. Good left back.
Yep.
Costa Petrados.
Yep.
St George.
Bandera's he at Olympic?
No, he's St George.
Who's the left back at Olympic? What's his name again?
That's Jackson Bandera.
As you said, is he at Olympic and you went
Oh
to St
no,
George?
I said Petrados.
I'm fucking confused.
So the first guy is at
Yeah, Bandera.
Olympic?
Yeah, he's Olympic.
Mate, I rate him big time.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Very good against us in the
Athlete
cup game.
as well.
Multiple times in that against the cup games Olympic. I'm like, what's that lad's name?
Bandera, yeah.
That was him, but he was in that game.
That was a Scottish accent, that. Too thick there. Confused me.
Chaos. I was like, what the fuck's happening here? Petratos a good player as well.
Yeah, good player as well. So them two, I'm trying to think who else.
Who's your coach?
Tony Vidmar, assistant Ufuk
Ex-Rangers scumbag.
Assistant Ufuk Tele.
Okay.
Yeah, Ufi was class, to be fair. Like,
Where's Vidmar now? He's part of the Australia setups.
I think so, yeah, like 23s and like assistant to Arnie.
Oh, good.
But yeah, the ARS was like unbelievable. Like,
Did you live there?
Huh?
You live there?
Yeah, moved up there. So I was doing like digs. You call it digs. We called it like homestay. So lived with like couple lads in a house up there with like a homestay family. It was class. Like just moving away from home at like 14, 15. You're like, this is unreal. Like at the start, I was like homesick, you know, whinging.
Nah,
but
naturally, of course, yeah, right.
Yeah, but you get used to it, and you're like, fuck, it like teaches you like to grow up quickly. Like washing your own clothes, cooking your own food. It was class.
Yeah, good.
I think it's a shame they like close it down. Really.
It is. I mean, again, people are, to me that sounds like a great thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know the ins and outs of it. Like, what is a better alternative? Why it was stopped? I don't know enough about that to really have a real opinion on it. But it sounds great. I feel like getting the best players together and trying to make it a full-time environment for them. Sounds superb.
No, for sure. No, it was a great experience. Like played 17s Australian team as well. Like through that as well.
Who'd you play against?
We played Brazil 17s.
Any players who've made it?
Trent Alexander-Arnold.
He's not Brazilian, mate.
No. That's right, man. It's killing me today. No, we played England, Brazil, USA as well.
So did you play against Trent?
I played against Trent.
As in like face him? As in?
No, he was playing like midfielder then.
Right, okay.
But I think, who else was there? Tom Davies.
Yep.
He played in that team. Marcus Edwards is at like Sporting Lisbon, like short guy with like curly hair. He was a baller.
Sounds like you.
Huh? Yeah, short guy, curly hair. 5'9" on a good day.
Funny lad as well.
Yeah, decent. So Marcus said Pulisic played for USA.
Oh, really?
He was
he's a good
class,
player.
man. But there was one moment I remember it, and he's like got the ball on like the halfway line, and like talk about pushing it past people, just pushed it past our centre back, and our centre back was rapid at the time, and just just burnt him, and I was like, bro, this guy's a player. And then 2 years later, it was at Dortmund. So
where is he now?
AC Milan, yeah.
Is that man?
What about Brazil? Any Brazilians?
No, not really. There was one guy I remember. He was sick, Evander, but he plays somewhere in Denmark now. But he was sick. Like, you know, the Brazilians, like, we were in the same hotel as them, so it was like they were rolling around the hotel, like XL shorts on, music on the shoulder, like intimidating. You're like, I'm like 16. I'm like kid from Australia, and I see these Brazilians, I'm like, bro, like I'm shitting myself, you know what I mean? Yeah. But they just had like presence and aura about them, like they were all like techie, bro, like
Brazil,
bare techers.
Brazil, you think national football?
Yeah, national.
Brazil was like
they had samba music on, they're just like rolling around in their thongs and big shorts. I'm like, bro, they're just G's, bro. Honestly, they were sick.
Brazil was a national team in general, but growing up, I mean, I was in the 90s. Brazil and Italy was always a big one. Like you just thought proper national, like Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, Rivaldo, Roberto Carlos, like what their team.
Joke.
Not normal.
Joke, man. That was the best.
That was a people. Taffarel was in goal.
Taffarel, aye, that was some team, and then obviously then it went Dida, but that team, it was Dunga,
yeah, I remember Dunga.
Romario, Ronaldo, Roberto Carlos,
Roberto.
Oh,
bro, Roberto.
Aladier. Brilliant, mate. What a team that was. Danielson as well. He was class.
Yeah, he was.
I remember the Danielson game. They brought him on as a sub against, I think it was Turkey. Anyway, and he just brought him on to waste time, and he gets the ball, he runs into the byline and waste time, and they can't get it off him. It's like 7 Turkish players around him, and he's just doing step overs. I'm like, this is ridiculous, man. They were some team. Anyway, so AIS, you had so you stopped, you left there because it finished, or because you got dropped?
Yeah, because it finished. So it was like a 2-year scholarship that we were like all on.
Yeah.
So then it stopped. I would have been, how old at the time? 16, about to be 17. So I was still 16. I had a few like trials teed up overseas, so I went to Lille in France.
In France, yeah.
Yeah.
You played for? Oh, did you?
Yeah, I was there for like 2. Bro, that was sick.
What was it?
Yeah, so me and my dad flew over. They put us up in like a hotel. It was proper sick. I think I was 16 at the time. I was with the 19s. So I think originally I thought I was going to be with like the 18s, kids my age, 17s. And they were like, no, you're with the 19s. And bro, like, I never forget that first session. It was like pissing down rain. Their training ground's sick, by the way, like full, like gated, like off the side of a highway, drive down the driveway. There's like a mini statue of like Eden Hazard because he was like their record transfer.
Probably actually life size, the size of him.
Yeah, like me, 5'8". But yeah, the training ground was a joke. There was like 12 pitches or something like that. Yeah. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, this is mental. First session, never forget it. Bro, I just got like, I thought I was quick. Like, I was quick here. And then like, I get there, I'm with the 19s, and bro, like, I went to push up past someone, bang, forearm, we're gone, bro. Like, I felt like I had nothing. I was like, I'm shit, bro. Like, and then like, after a week, like I just got up to speed with things. I was like bopping the ball quicker, knowing when to move it one touch.
Yeah.
And like I got into rhythm. And then I got to like week 2 and I had a call from like Watford. So they were like, do you want to come here? And Lil wanted to like extend my trial, which in hindsight I probably should have stayed another couple of weeks there. But I was like, you know, France is hard, the language barrier. My dad's like, nah, I can't live here. Like my dad's like proper like old school Greek. He's like, nah, fuck this. We're not
going to lucky.
Yeah, mate, he was lost. He was lost. So he was like, nah, let's go to England. So I was like, all right, we'll go to Watford. Went to Watford.
Hold on, the dad didn't want to be in France. It's not enough Greek, so he went to Watford.
No. He couldn't do the French language. It was like no English around like in the north of France.
Yeah,
so I was like,
I get you.
He's like, you know, I can't imagine myself doing it.
Yeah.
So he's like, why don't we give Watford a crack? Like, you can always like come back. I was like, it doesn't work like that, but we'll go over to Watford. So I went to Watford, done a week there. Started off so well, they were like buzzing with me, and then we played West Ham. And I'll never forget it. It was freezing cold again. Like my feet were numb at West Ham training ground. And like,
just against the 19s again, 17s.
I think this was 18s at the time. And bro, like I didn't start well. Like I had a shit like first few touches and like didn't have the best game. And it was like proper cutthroat. They're just like, nah, trial done. Like after that, so it's like cutthroat over there, bro. And that was like an eye opener for me because I was like, just one like, not that I stunk to join up, but I wasn't like great. You know, I wasn't myself. But I thought maybe they're gonna give me another week because I was ripping it in training. But they were like, no.
So you trained with them first and then
trained with them for a week, and in training I was sharp. Like I was like, fuck, like this is easier than friends. Like, you know, I was like getting good touches on the ball, scoring goals in training, and they were like to the agent that I was speaking to at the time, like, Pete looks good, so we want him to play against West Ham this week. And then I played that game against West Ham, and they just cut me after that, like bad game, and that was it. So then I was like, fuck, what do I do? Then I'd known the Wanderers like gaffer at the time because they wanted to sign me like in the MYL team. So I come back to Wanderers, I was like, I can keep on trialling in Europe and like bouncing around. But I felt like bad for Dad. Dad was with me, he was off work. You know, he was committing like time
learning
to
French again.
Yeah,
let's go back to
doing French lessons. But yeah, I ended up coming back, and then I joined Wanderers like academy. And I was still 16 at the time, so just about to turn 17. Yeah. That was with like Trevor Morgan.
So hold on, so you'd been, I mean, fair play, only at 16, and you'd been to Lille under 19s trial and Watford 18s, yeah. Good experience at the very least.
It was great. I think I had another trial lined up in France at RC Lens, and I didn't go. I think now that I look back, I sort of regret not going.
Why did you not go?
Because like that was after Watford, so we had to go back to France. And at that point, me and Dad were just like, I'm just gonna go back to Wanderers. Like I was a bit rattled by like West Ham and like shit like that, so I was just like,
not that I was young as well though. Like,
I was young, bro. Like I was 16. Like now that I look back, I'm like, if I was there again, maybe I would have gone. But I was just like, I've just spent 2 years away from home, like in Canberra. I've missed out on time with my family. Like I've done this now. I may as well just go back home and play at Wanderers. Like I was just a bit like rattled by it all. Like looking back at it, I probably should have gone, but. Then I joined Wanderers after that, which was good. Trevor Morgan, Arthur Dillis was there as well. He was like the 18s gaffer. We had some players as well, like Mario Chabal was there. Alassane Fofana back in the day was like super sharp. Josh McDonald, Liam Yulee, like there was a good youth team there. Keanu Bacchus.
Oh wow, good side.
Great side. So I was there at 16.
And then they signed you.
And they signed me, bro. So I was there at 16, and then mid-season, the NPL,
Was it Wanderers in the NPL at this point?
Yeah, they were in NPL 2 at that moment, yeah. So like I was playing like between 20s and the 18s in NPL 2.
Yeah.
But looking to get like an NYL contract for the end of that year. And then I had someone reach out from the Mariners Academy. And at the time, like no Sydney boys used to play for the Mariners Academy because it was like an hour and 50 minutes away. And then I was like, you know what? I was like to my dad, if I have a chance of playing A-League football, it's probably at the Mariners right now. So I was like, I'm just going to do it. Like I just turned 17, so I just got my red Ps. And it was like perfect timing. So I wake up at like 4 a.m, drive up to the coast, train, come home. I was doing that and then managed to get my NYL contract later that year.
Working or at school or what?
Nothing at all, just purely football. Actually, yeah, I just finished school, so purely football. Mum's like, just give it a year, like don't do nothing. And just do purely football. So I think it was like $120 a week I was getting paid, was covering my fuel, and that was it. Yeah. So I was just like football home, but I committed time to it and then got an NYL contract off the back of that, which was good, with Ben Khan, top gaffer, class gaffer.
Were you training with the first team or training with the 20s?
With the first team, like the NYL team, so like the 23s. Was with them, and then Paul Ocon was a gaffer at the time at the Mariners as well.
Where's Paul Ocon now?
I'm not sure. I think he's overseas somewhere, like in Belgium. But he was class, man. He had brought 6 months after like signing for the Mariners, NYL, he had like brought me in to train with the first team, the A-League team, like straight away. So I was like me and Lockie Wales from the youth team. Mm-hmm. We were training up with the A-League boys, and he had like given me the heads up that he's going to give me like a scholarship contract. But then he had ended up leaving, so new gaffer come in, and then I ended up going on trial with like the A-League team like over pre-season. So that would have been like a year and a half into like my tenure there in the academy. And then Mike Mulvey was the gaffer at the time, Nick Montgomery was assistant. And I managed to sign my first pro contract during pre-season after like a 3-week trial with them, which was sick, bro. That was one of the highlights, I think, just signing that like
accomplishment sort of thing.
Yeah, after like the years like I put in, my family put in, it was like rewarding.
And finally, officially a pro.
I think I was 18 at the time, so that was amazing. And I'm trying to think after that.
So how long were you in Mariners then?
So all up, I was there just under 3 years.
Yeah. And did you make any first team appearances?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. So that season, Mike Mulvey was the gaffer, Montgomery assistant. To be fair, I was in and around like the Australian under 20 squad as well, like in camps and that, and I was meant to play, but we were like near the bottom of the table. So the gaffer was like, look, you're just not quite ready yet. Like, we don't want to put pressure on you and chuck you in, which in hindsight, I think I should have been just thrown in the mix because we were second last anyway. But didn't play me until January. And I think I played 6 games, like in between like Jan, Feb, March. And then he got the sack, so they were going through like loads of gaffers at that time. And then Alan Stadchich came in.
So Montgomery stayed as assistant?
No, Montgomery left as well. I think he became like youth team coach at that time. Okay. Like it was a weird period like at the club. It was like gaffers were coming and going, like things were a little bit messy. So even I remember the gaffer pulling me aside and he's like, I feel sorry for you because like as a first year pro, like this is not like ideal, like seeing like coaches come and go, players come and go. Yeah. So it's like I sort of feel sorry for you in a way, but it was an eye opener. Like I'm grateful for that experience. Like it's cutthroat in the professional game. So that opened my eyes, and then the gaffer did end up playing me before he got the sack. So I think he played me like 6 games off the bench, but it was like I was playing like, I remember one game I come on against Melbourne City. I was playing like number 6, like number 6. Yeah, I was like. Wow. He's like, come on. He's like, Aidan O'Neill's coming off. Come on, you're going to come on as a 6. I was like, oh, wait, as a 6, bro? Are you taking the piss? Like, 6? I've never played 6 in my life. Like, I'm a wide guy that goes 1v1. He's like, nah, just come on, do a job. So I was like, picking up the ball from the centre back, spraying passes and shit.
How's he play? He's play right?
Play right, yeah. A couple of touches, yeah. But it was like the last 8 minutes. So I was getting like, 10, 15 minutes a game. I played like 6, 7 games.
That's still decent.
Played in the FFA Cup as well, which was good. But yeah, then he got the sack. Then Stadchich came in. I think Stadge played me like a couple games off the bench as well. But then I remember like going into the end of the season, he's like, he pulled me in. I'll never forget the chat. He's like, we're not going to offer you like a pro for next season or keep you on. And I was gutted, bro. Like I think I was 19 at the time. I was like,
then your life's over.
Fuck. Like I remember like walking out, calling my parents, and like I was cut, man. Like I was like, what am I going to do now? Like I just put in like 2.5 years here. Like I've had like first year as a pro, it's not been ideal, but like I was like I sort of like thought that like not feel bad for me, but offer me another year just to like see how I go, because I come through the academy. But as I said before, there's no like loyalty in football and it's cutthroat. So yeah, they cut me, and I was just like, I think I had 3-4 weeks on my contract left, and I was just like, look, do you mind if I just go play like NPL? Like I just want to leave, like I just want to play football again, because I was like proper rattled by it.
Who did you say, do you mind to? Who are you asking?
I was speaking to the gaffer at the time. I didn't say you. So I was like, do you, like I pulled him aside like a week later, because I was like training and shit, but I was like playing left back in training, and I was like I was just a number. So I was like, look, like I'm a bit rattled. I'm living out of home at the moment, paying rent. Like, do you mind if I just go back home and like, you know, just play NPL? Because I just want to play games. And yeah, they like released me early, which was nice of them. I appreciated that. And then I signed for Olympic mid-season. Like it was like May, I think 2019. So it was mid-season, like NPL, like sort of around this mark now in the season. So signed at Olympic then. And yeah, I've been in the NPL ever since. So Olympic was my first club in the NPL. I thought I'd always like go back to them and show loyalty, because that was my club, like through juniors and that.
How did you go at Olympic?
First season really well, like with Abbassad. So he was the gaffer. He was class. He was like, you know, give me confidence. Like I started most games, scored a couple goals, did well, and then they got a new gaffer in, and we signed like a few like ex-A League boys. So I like slid down the pecking order a little bit. Yeah. So I was like impact sub, like 60th minute. I'd come on every week.
Who was your gaffer then?
It was Terry Peloponus.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so Terry's a great guy. But yeah, they signed like a few ex-A League boys, like wingers and strikers as well. So I was like third choice winger at that time. So I was like 60th minute on every week. And I was just like, look, I'm young, I just want to play football. You know what I mean?
It's tough not playing it.
Oh, it's
any
tough,
level,
right?
any level. Sunday league football is tough. You're like,
and I think now that I look back at, you know, that period of time, I think I had a little bit of like, not an ego issue, but I was like, why aren't I playing? Like I know I'm better than this guy.
Everyone thinks that though.
And like I was 20, 21 at the time. I was just like, I'm too good to be sitting on a bench. You know what I mean? Like I had that mindset, and I think that killed me at certain times throughout like my last couple of years. But I'd gone over to Apia and started loving football again. Like I was starting.
You went to Apia, is that what you said?
Mid-season. So,
did you?
So I stayed at Olympic for a season and a half, and then like a year and a half later, I'd gone to Apia mid-season, because I think Auntie Rich was the gaffer at the time, and just again, I was coming on like last 20 every week. Yeah. So I was just like, look, like I just want to go play footy. So grateful enough, you know, Apia come knocking, went to Apia, started loving my football again, and then the season got cut short with COVID. So the season, like I think I was like 9 games in, I'd scored like 4 goals, a couple of assists, like I had my rhythm, I was loving footy again, and then yeah, COVID happened, so the season just got binned. Yeah. At that time, so I was like, fuck man, like I got flow, I got rhythm, and now the season's done. So I was like, yeah, there were no games for a while, and then that's when I ended up signing at Rockdale, because they come knocking for the new season. I liked what they were sort of trying to build.
2022?
That was 2022. Yep. So I liked what Rockdale were trying to build. Like they sort of had like a project going on. It was like Steve Zorich was the gaffer at the time, so he reached out, the club reached out. It was like Euro, Tomoki Wada, remember Wada?
He was a joke.
He was a joke.
Mate, he was built like the side of a packet.
Honestly, he was 60 kilos, like soaking wet, bro. Like
he was
amazing. Was tiny, but this guy was a baller. Like half turn.
He was tough in a tackle as well.
Yeah, he was like slippery. Like,
he was a cracking player. Yeah. Where is he now?
I think he's over in Malaysia or Thailand or something.
Okay. Is he playing pro?
Yeah, he's pro. Yeah.
He was good.
So I like what they were sort of building. So I was like, look, I'm going to go to Rockdale. And yeah, first season was decent. I didn't get the goal contributions I wanted. I got like a load of assists, but I think I scored like 1 or 2 goals. So I was like, that's not good enough. And then the second season to come, new gaffer had come in. Sort of same thing. I was like third choice, like coming off the bench.
Who was your gaffer last time?
Paul D.
Oh, so it's still Paul. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so it was Paul D. And yeah, I just was third choice. I was like, look, like I'm in the same position. Like I just want to play footy.
Who was ahead of you at that point?
It was Bay on the left and Jaden Casella on the right. Yeah. So I was third choice, and I love those lads. Like I love Bay, I love Jay. But at the same time, sometimes you got to be like selfish and you want to.
Everyone wants to play, mate.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to play. Right?
And that's when I come to Spirit mid-season. So I was like, just as you said here, you go 5 clubs in 5 years. What are you looking for?
That's Chaz, mate.
I like that. Yeah, tracksuit collecting. Got loads of them, lad.
Settling club fees.
That's it. But no, like honestly, like I think I found that now at Manly. I think I definitely found it. Like I feel like I found the home. Like I want to stay there like long term. I love the club. You know, love the gaffer, love the lads. I like what they're sort of trying to do with like all these young lads coming through. Like I think 5th oldest in the in the team, and like that's mad for me because I've always been one of the younger lads. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm 5th oldest now, so I've sort of not taken a leadership role, but put my arm around the young lads, like give them advice. You know, tell them where I fucked up and where they can go right. So I've enjoyed it like immensely, and yeah, I'm grateful that I am where I am now, and I've gone on that like rocky journey and road. Because I think, everything happens for a reason. So.
No, fair enough, mate. Good way of looking at it. How do you think your time at Spirit went? What's your thoughts on that?
Started okay, but didn't go how I wanted it to go. I think now that I look back on it, I was in a bad place, like mentally, like with what happened at Rockdale. I was just like all over the shop. I was like leaving for Europe to go on a holiday with my family, which I'd never been on because of my football commitments like my whole life. So I was just like in a bit of a shit place, and like, I wasn't like, now that I look back at it, I don't think I love football as much as I do right now. Like I went through a period where I fell out of love with the game. But yeah, super grateful for it. Like great bunch of lads at Spirit. Like I love Wigsy, he's class. Richie was a good lad as well. So yeah, super grateful for it, but just, it wasn't right, I don't think. And I think I found that now at Manly. And to be fair, like I've been patient, and like I put my ego aside. Like I didn't start the first 7 weeks at Manly, 8 weeks, and I was like, I don't care. I was speaking to the gaffer every week. To be fair, he's a class man manager. Like he pulled me aside every week and just kept me in the loop on things. And he was just like, look, with you haven't played as much footy as you should have over the past few years, so it's going to take your time. So he like slowly like would give me more and more each week. And he was like super patient with me, and I was super patient with myself. I was like, I don't care if I'm not playing, I don't care what no one says, I don't care what no one thinks. I know people are chatting shit, doesn't bother me. I'm just gonna like stick to the plan, stay patient, and I know it's gonna come good. So yeah, I didn't start. I think I started 1 game in the first 7 or 8, and then off the back of that started played 60, 70, and now I'm playing 9 every week, and I'm fit. And like,
for what I see, mate, you look like you're playing pretty well.
Yeah.
I was taught at the at Spirit. I remember playing Apia. It was the game at Apia. I remember when we won the league.
Yep.
They just had to beat us, and you didn't start, and you were fucking raging on the bench.
I was raging.
And I remember we went for the warm up, and like say about 60, 70 mark, like let's go and warm up. So just sort of keeping everyone moving around. And then I could tell he was raging, but I think it was 1 each at the time.
Yeah, it was 1-1, yeah.
And I knew Peter Kekeris was going to make a sub, like going to try and win the games. It was the second last game of the season or something. And I'm like, Kex, stay ready, mate, you can go and win this game. And he was like, ignoring me, sort of thing, ignoring me.
Oh, my head was...
And I could tell he was rattled, but I understand. I don't care if even if you're like, you are a good enough player to play NPL 1, but even if a boy who wasn't good enough, everyone wants to play football.
Yeah.
Everyone should think, I should be playing. So anyway, I'm like, I took my side, I'm like, Kex, you only had one chance, mate. If you won, score the winning goal.
I remember you saying that.
Score the goal, mate, that's it. I've done the job for the team, mate. That's what it's all about, winning a game for us. And he was just ignoring me. He comes off the bench, scores the winner. Yeah.
Oh, bro. Anyway, it was my only touch as well. So I come on as a 9. I was like, bro, I'm up against Temba, and like Temba's my boy. I was like, bro, this guy's gonna clam me, like, bro, he's too strong. And then like there were like one play, I think Lobo was on the left. I was like, bro, get in the middle, because I love getting it wide on an angle, and I've just like drifted out, only touch, and it just popped out to me, and I've like hit it near post, like sort of like dipped it near post, and we won. That was class.
That was good day.
But yeah, I was rattled that day, like proper rattled.
But you know what? It actually sounds like you have matured a lot.
It's a self-awareness.
You've become a lot more comfortable maybe with yourself and not outside noise.
Yeah.
So now you're at a place that, do you know what? I'm enjoying this.
No, for sure.
And I think that's a good thing.
You've been football for a lot of people, I think, talk like about other players. I'm not saying this about you, but in general, people are like, this guy's this and he's that. But see, if it be fair, like you've actually had a fairly good experience. A lot of lads will talk from just an NPL space.
Yeah.
You've been to trials. I mean, regardless if you've been or not, you've been to France playing with people from Lille at a young age, away from home, been to Watford, again at a young age, so it's like, that is a hell of an experience, and then 2 years you've worked under like
big coaches, most of the names you've mentioned, most people when they're listening will know who these people are.
Yeah.
A lot of people who do make judgment on other people have never even
for sure.
They've never been near
I think that's why it doesn't bother me. Like to be fair, like I know like over the past couple of years, like there's been like shit spoken about me, but like to be fair, I don't really care. Like I think
sorry, Chaz, that was what you're doing.
I think Chaz, going back to your point, I think I have matured. Like I think I turned 25 this year. Like I got my job now. Like I've sort of like settled and like I've matured. Like I love football and I know I'm good at football.
Yeah.
But I know that sometimes you need to be patient. There's like a process in plan, and I think that's what killed me. Going back to what I said before, like sometimes I would like not understand why I wasn't playing because I'd be like, I'm better than him. Like what I can do on the ball, he can't do. So why aren't I playing? Like I wouldn't say that. It was like almost like tunnel vision.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's like, yeah, maybe I do think I'm better than him because you have to think that. But he can run more than me. He can do more high speed than me.
Aye.
He can do.
Oh, he's right for that game.
Yeah, exactly.
I speak from my coach's standpoint.
Exactly right,
times like some spirit or any other coaches I talk to. Sometimes players think coaches are in a room all talking to the player.
Yeah.
Very rarely that's the case.
Yeah.
More often than not, it's going right. How do we beat this team?
Yeah, for sure.
I think Kex might be good here because there's space in behind and we need that pace.
Yeah.
The other player might have been playing better that whole season, but he's not got that pace and they don't play in a high line. So it's like, well, let's play him. And all of us like, why am I not playing? They're like, well, because you're not rapid. This guy's rapid.
Yeah. And that goes back to like Manly, like start of the season, we were playing like 3 at the back, like with wing backs and 2 9s, and like that doesn't suit me. So like me and the gaffer were talking like constantly, and he's like, look, this doesn't suit you, but you're still going to come on, do a job up front, blah blah blah. But then when we changed system and it suits me, I come in and I was patient for that. Like I wouldn't lose my head around the change room. I was good around the lads. I was still trying to be like a senior person in the change room. So I think I have definitely matured. Like that's been like something I've noticed over the past like 6 months where I've been like, I feel like I'm in a better space in my head. So
good, it's important.
So do you see it? Obviously at Manly, you said you're enjoying it, you'd stay a long term, but have you aspirations to play, no disrespect to Manly, but like say the B League comes around, is that something you'd look at?
Yeah, potentially. Like I still do have aspirations to play at a high level. Like if something comes knocking, whether it's A League, B League or something in Asia or any Arab country, like I'm definitely like
Saudi Arabia would be lovely.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice that. But yeah, like I'm still open to it. Like I still want to play at the highest level possible. If it doesn't happen, like I don't mind. Like I'm super grateful to be where I am. Like I got my job, as I said, and still play football on the side, and I still like enjoy it. I'm still going to put in effort, but yeah, if it comes about, for sure.
Yeah. Brilliant, mate. Actually, one game I can't not mention is, do you remember we played Rockdale? And it was obviously you'd left Rockdale.
Oh yeah.
So Perco's like that, because you hadn't played a couple of games, and Perco's like, I'm going to play Kex because he's his old team.
Yeah, I remember that.
He deserves a chance to like show up. It'd be nothing. You don't want to go back to the old club and not be starting. And they scored. I think Euros scored. I think they got a long ball when Jordi Gomez went to head and it clipped his head. But Euros does just hovers. He snicked in and scored. So it was 1-0 early doors. I think you passed the ball. Pretty much set up Euro for a second.
Bro, I'm playing on the right, and like I've come inside sort of, and I'm looking for someone to bounce it, and like someone just run past me, and I've given it away straight to Euro, and he scored. I'm like,
it was right on the Rockdale sideline where the fans are.
Oh, bro, they were giving me so much stick. Wait, I got him back though. We played Rockdale in the cup, and they were giving me stick again.
Oh, were they? Aye.
And then I bagged. I just got up to him.
Did you? Fair play. You got to give it back, man.
Have to, yeah. Nah, it's all bands.
No, of course, mate. That's part of football, mate. It's all about, man.
That's funny, classmate.
Anything else to add, Chaz, to ask?
Nah. No, I don't think so.
Gaz has something on his mind. Look at Gaz. Gaz has something on his mind. See that smoke? That's it.
I don't. He asked me, so I asked him back.
Yeah.
I've got nothing else to ask, mate. You've given a good rundown of your career. I didn't know half of the stuff you told me, so it was good to hear.
Yeah.
Who do you think will win the league this year? NPL 1, there's a question for you.
I think Apia.
Oh, you've played for Apia and Rockdale, aye? So.
I think Apia. Like I just think, I don't know. I think Apia.
Why do you think Apia? Or who do you think will be between Apia and Rockdale, then Blacktown and
I think it's going to be like a 3-way race between Apia, Rockdale, Blacktown.
Yeah.
But I think Apia will do it.
I think Apia as well.
They just got like, when I look at like Apia's bench compared to like Rockdale and Blacktown's bench, I think Apia's got the more depth and quality. So I just think, I think Apia.
Interesting, we'll soon see. What about NPL 2? Who's going to win that? Do you know enough about NPL 2?
Not really, but let's look at the table. Is that it? I think Mount drew it, to be honest. I think like Mendy bagging, and they got like some experience like NPL 1 lads in there. I think like is Tom Whiteside there?
Yeah,
White is there. James Rojalclis. I think Mount Druitt will do it.
Mount Druitt, look, they had a wee bit of a wobble, but they've picked up some. The last two results have been big. 3-2, 3-2. They're two big results. I'm looking forward to the playoffs. I want to get to the playoffs this year. I didn't get to go to them last year.
Bulls losing as well to Spartans. It's a shock.
See the playoffs. It's 2 games in it. They play home and away.
Home and away.
Would it be better a one-off game or a home and away? I think a one-off would be neutral venue,
nuts,
one-off.
bro.
Class.
Oh, imagine that though.
Neutral venue, home and away, and then everyone just goes to it.
Yeah, that'd be class.
I think it'd be better crowds.
As an occasion, it would be
So
unbelievable.
you get better crowds, I think, as well.
But as a player, you'd be like the home and away is better.
But I think that players would say home and away is better because the occasion would be too big.
Yeah.
To just have a one-off.
But is that not what football's all about?
I agree.
I agree.
I agree.
But
How many doesn't matter if you're going for a relegation battle or a promotion, whatever side of the coin you're on. I feel like even as a young kid, how good was it going to a cup final?
Oh.
It's just a bit. You can't describe. That's a bit. Even a cup quarter final.
Yeah.
It's like there's an occasion about it.
Yeah.
That's what football's about. Imagine being in a team where you never have a cup final, you never have a quarter final, you never.
But you're
crap.
in the playoff, yeah.
You're just playing normal games every week. Rubbish.
No, that would be class to one off. I think they should do it.
They're not going to do it, but considering an often problem is too many games.
Yeah.
That would be
a
good.
good solution, man.
That would be very good.
But is that September or August? Because they've got finals this year, so I don't know if it's knocked.
No, but
There's no finals, it'll also be same time as the finals.
It'll be same time as the finals.
This will be quite good this year because you're going to have an actual NPL 1
Finals.
grand final,
Yeah.
plus NPL 2 final and NPL 3 final.
Final.
Now I'm looking forward to those games, to go and watch them.
Finals footy. Nothing's better than finals footy. Like.
What I would like to do for Champagne Football, for the podcast anyway, would be if, say, Rockdale's playing Blacktown in the final, for Tonksy or Apple, whoever it might be, get one from each.
Aye.
Get 2 guests on.
Yeah, that'd be class.
That'd be a good laugh.
Yeah.
What if we started fighting?
Just watch it.
Get the popcorn out.
That'd be decent. That'd be good. Okay, cool. So let's just wrap up, mate. Looking at the games for this weekend.
Yeah.
Chaz.
Sydney United at home.
Hold on. Last week, Connor games are wet.
Aye, there's
So you're going to go back?
I'll need to go back. Aye, so there's only 7 games. So Connor gets 3 out of 7. And we both get 2 out of 7.
Okay, so it's hard to tell without all 5 games.
All 5 games.
Okay, cool. Right, on you go.
Sydney United at home to Olympic.
I'm saying draw.
Draw.
I'm going to go draw as well. Say to the last 2 bad results. I think they're still going to have a few injuries.
I'm going to go Sydney United. Rockdale at home to Western Sydney Wanderers.
Oh, that this weekend. Good game.
I'm going Rockdale. Euro loves a game at Illingdon. He'll bag.
I want to go Rockdale as well.
I'm going to go Rockdale as well. Because then your man's suspended as well. For Wanderers, Hammond.
Oh yeah, he's a player.
Oh, he's very good.
St George FA versus Wolves.
St George.
St George. Because it'll be at that, was it Penshurst?
Yeah, Penshurst.
I fancy St George as well. Unless it's a turning point like Chaz thinks it will be.
That was a question, mate. Howes at home to Central Coast Mariners.
How's?
I'm going draw.
I'm going Central Coast. Draw. NPL 2, Nepean at home to an Alliance.
An Alliance.
Yeah, Inter.
I'm going into
The Gaff is my ex school teacher as well.
John Theo?
yeah.
Great guy,
What
John
a guy.
Theo.
Legend.
I love him, man. He's such a nice guy.
Bankstown at home to SD Raiders.
Bankstown City?
Yeah,
Bankstown.
I'm going to go Bankstown City, aye.
me too.
Bonnyrigg versus Spartans.
I'm going to go Bonnyrigg.
Draw.
Bonnyrigg at home. I'm going to go draw as well.
That might be abandoned, by the way.
I know, that's what I was
Or
actually
cancelled.
thinking.
Because it's to rain again.
I know. Brightomere at home to the Berries, Calamary Bankstown.
What's that noise?
Doorbell.
Berries.
Is that downstairs? Aye, Ridermere.
I'm going to go berries.
Berries.
I want to go Ridermere.
I'm going to go Ridermere now.
Last NPL 3. No, it's not. Aye, NPL 3. Last 4.
Granville Rage at home to Fraser Park.
Granville Rage.
I'm going Rage as well.
Yeah, Rage.
Hurstville at home to Bankstown United. Connor said Bankstown United are shite.
So we did. So you like Bankstown United? Guest last week said you're all shite. And you're playing against them next week. This weekend, sorry.
Hurstville.
Bankstown United, are they not doing alright?
Wait, they're sitting third, second.
I'm gonna go Bankstown United.
Bankstown. I'm going to go draw. Parramatta at home to Camden.
Why did you put Zagreb before I'd said it?
That's what you were going to say. Every other week you put Hurstville.
I just think Bankstown are playing well regardless of how crap they play, all the style of players. If they're winning games. Parramatta versus Camden.
Draw.
That might be off as well.
Sounds terrible to go watch that game, doesn't it? I'm going to go Parramatta.
I'm going to go Camden, goals galore.
Stanmore, Gladesville.
I got to go Stanmore, ex-club.
I'll go Stanmore as well.
I have to go Stanmore.
Oh, last question for you.
Yeah.
Where do you get the best of Lackey in Sydney?
That's tough, you know, but there's a place in, not that it's the best, but it's got like the best. Have you heard of like a gyro plate?
Yes.
So I think it's one of the best gyro plates. It's like meat, chips, there's a bit of like chorizo on it, and like a special sauce in
Special sauce?
Yeah, special, bro.
Cheeky.
Not just an average tzatziki.
No, it's special, bro. It's really
You don't tell you what it is.
You know what it's like? It's like a lemony mustard sort of sauce. It's class.
So basically it's mustard with a bit of lemon juice in it and they go like special sauce.
Yeah, that's it. Giradiko in Bexley.
What's it called?
Giradiko. So Gyradiko.
There used to be one on
Could you?
Gardeners Road.
How do you spell it?
Gyradiko.
You'd call it Guy Radico, I'd call it Guy Radico, I think.
No, I'd say like he does.
Say it, Dad.
Yaradico.
Decent effort,
How did you say that?
Giradiko.
Yaradico.
Like with a Y. Like with a Y. Giradiko.
Yaradico. What? My dad's Greek, remember?
If you ever at like Rockdale, like that's close by, so like stop by there.
Where is it, sorry, did you say?
Bexley.
What's it called, Chaz?
Radical. That was decent.
That.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, friends. Unbelievable.
Right, Thank you, my man.
Thanks,
Thanks
mate.
for having us, guys.
Class, mate. Cheers.